Hi, my name is Bean Takanik. I'm the president of the Georgia Meditation Circle. Today I'm here with one of our members, and I'd like for him to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Karl Rosenblum.
Karl, how long have you been a member at our meditation group?
So I've been a member for over a year. I remember starting in January of 2012
Okay.
and been coming ever since.
Yeah, and you also come pretty continuously too. You're one of the members that come fairly almost every week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So we have every Wednesday. I try and be here regardless. It's like a highlight of my week. I love coming here, and so I try and make it a routine.
So what motivates you to come every week? Because just like anything, for example, the gym, if you do it repetitively, eventually you kind of talk yourself out. Tell me what inspires you, what motivates you to be committed to come every week like you have been.
So that's an easy question. Really, it was from the very first day. I remember coming in and meditating, and it was a great experience. It was challenging,
Yeah.
but it was, I remember leaving, and I felt like I was walking on air. I felt like I was, a foot off the ground. I was so relaxed, so joyous, and I said, this is really amazing. Then I put a challenge to myself. Okay, let's come back next Wednesday when the next session is, see if we get the same effect. So I remember coming back and going through the meditation was a little bit easier. But again, when I left, I had that same feeling, and I was like, this is good. This is 2 for 2.
Yeah.
And so that really gave me the momentum to keep coming back. That was it, because every time I leave, I'm better than when I came, so that motivates me to keep coming.
That is such a good answer. I'm so happy to hear that. So, in terms of when you come every week, do you think that that's actually inspired you to meditate more? Like, has it actually transitioned into a routine meditation habit for you outside of the meditation class?
It has.
Yeah.
So I make sure I have a routine of every day. In the morning, I make my cup of coffee, I get seated into the sofa, I set myself up in the position, cross my legs, and I put myself into a meditative state, and I do it every day. And I admit it's not as good as when I'm here with the group, but it is something that I'm dedicated to and is a part of my routine, my daily routine.
And what have you learned in terms of coming every week? Because we always learn different lessons. Tell me a few of the lessons that have stuck with you.
I think one of them, there's the power of consistency, of really focusing your mind and doing it day in, day out, making it a routine, and what kind of effect that has. And then some of the Buddhist principles, like the 5 precepts, I've kind of tried to pull them in and make them part of my life. And that's changed the way I look at things. So, and I think another one to add is, before I came to meditation, I was, I think, in a nervous sort of state. There was always this underlying sense of anxiety, and where's this coming from, and what's the day going to bring, because I was in a stressful job. And I read books and tried different techniques and things to deal with it.
Right.
And I have to say, the only thing that's really consistently made a difference is coming to this meditation center and that practice.
That's so awesome.
That has been a big benefit.
It's so true that, it's got to be a lifelong commitment, and it's not something that happens overnight. It has to be something that you decide to dedicate yourself to doing, and it actually trickles into everything else in your life. Like, you actually have to incorporate it into your life. Would you agree with that?
I agree. As a matter of fact, a good example is taking time outs during the day to just pause and take a moment and look at that. And the other kind of funny one is, we have the mantra Sama Arahang, and I will find myself, I'd say 50 times a day, repeating the mantra. Just something comes up and I need to recenter myself, and I use the mantra as the way to do that.
And it works.
It works great.
Awesome. In terms of the technique, what do you like about the meditation technique that you've learned here?
So I think the big difference is centering. So the idea that it's not out there, you're not focusing on a candle. You know, yes, you might be thinking about your breath, but in the Dhammakaya technique, you're focusing on the center, and that idea of sort of a center of gravity.
Right.
You know, having this point and focusing within yourself is a great way to think of it, to practice the meditation technique. That's all you have to do is focus on your center as a way to achieve that. I like that, as opposed to somewhere outside of your body or some external event.
See, you've already learned stuff through the center. Just that whole entire comment right there is something that we talk about often too. So before coming to the Dhammakaya Center, did you ever try other techniques?
Yes, I was very interested in Zen meditation, and I read a lot, which was a good step, but I never went to a Zen meditation center. I just did home study and practice. And so that kind of led me down the path.
Right.
But this is really what I practice.
Good. So since you've been coming, which you've been here for about a year now, what changes have you seen in yourself? Have you noticed changes that you're like, ooh, I wonder, I feel like I've kind of changed, I've evolved, I'm a better person, I'm dealing with things better? Do you think it has to do with meditation or your perspective on things? Tell me about that experience.
Sure. So the first one I already mentioned was that sense of anxiety coming down. I'm a lot calmer, and I can react to situations more appropriately, have a better external focus, so I can say this, not be as emotional, be more objective about situations. I think that's been good.
Right.
And one funny one too is, it's gotten to the point where one of the precepts is, you know, not to kill.
Yeah.
I found myself the other day picking up a cockroach and putting it out in the yard instead of squashing it. So.
But do you think it has to do too with the fact that you're meditating more? Because this is my experience. The more that you meditate, even though you're aware of the precepts, you're not really like embracing them. But once you start to meditate, somehow like automatically you just become that person anyways, in terms of not wanting to lie because you know it doesn't make you feel good, not wanting to do things that are wrong, and plus you're aware of them, so it only intensifies it even more.
Right.
So what do you think it is? Do you think it's the meditation coupled with the knowledge, or if you were meditating you'd be like that anyways?
Boy, that's kind of an interesting question. There's that sense of awareness. So being knowledgeable through the precepts makes you aware, and then the meditating perhaps couples in that because of what I mentioned before with the focus.
Right.
That you're able to have that sense of peace and perception to be able to make that come to the front of your mind. It's not buried underneath. It's come to the front. And I think that's pretty critical to keep that at top of mind. So the meditation helps give you that sense of focus to concentrate on those things.
So in terms of the group, what do you like most?
So that's pretty easy because the best meditation I get is in the group. And so you'll often hear me when we have new members or other people saying, come to the group. You've always mentioned we're a support group, we help each other, and I believe that. And I think I have the best meditation experiences in the group. I don't know why. Is it energy? Is it the reinforcement or the peer pressure? I don't know, but I have a better experience as a group.
Do you think that if you didn't come to the group committed as you are, would you have the discipline to meditate every day on your own?
To be perfectly honest, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Me too. Yeah, it's true. Even though as much as you're aware of how great and beneficial meditation is, and you know it and it makes all the sense to you in the world, somehow having the intention, making the commitment makes things different for you. Like, I really strongly feel that if people are really committed to meditation, that they should come for themselves at one time a week, just make that commitment so that they're always close to meditation, and that eventually they will end up being committed, and it will end up spilling over into the rest of their lives, like on their own. You know, but I feel too, even if I wasn't coming one time a week with all the information that I know and how passionate I was, I probably would be staring off the road. You know, so it definitely is, for me at least, it's just that one time a week where I'm making that commitment for me to stay the course.
Yes.
And that's why I always encourage it. And I'm so glad that you've been coming every week since you started coming here.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you want to share, Karl, that's going to inspire and motivate someone to join us to meditate?
Just, it's a worthy cause. It's something I do passionately believe everybody should meditate. So even if you try it once, you give it a chance. It really is something that I think benefits everyone.
Thank you so much, Karl, for your time.
You're welcome.
And for your commitment and dedication to the group.
You're a great leader. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I try. Thank you.